Welcome back to Free Kickin. This is episode 6.
Well
for
done.
sure. It's episode 6.
Well done.
Because the last one was 5. We got Michael Dean Kozelik on my left, a.k.a. Kaz, and we got Sam from Sam's Army Podcast. What's your last name?
Samuel Army.
It's just Sam's. It's just Army.
Samuel Army.
I feel like this. I feel like on your podcast, by the way, which is awesome. It's one of the reasons why we started this entire thing. We were like, how do we take that guy down? We got to take that guy down.
It won't be.
No, but it's awesome. It's a Barstool affiliated soccer podcast, which you started a couple years ago. How long ago was this now?
Podcasting about 3 years. Yeah, I'm blogging about 7.
The Instagram's on fire.
Instagram is, I love Instagram. It's such
you
a
have
great
like 50,000 followers.
It's a great
You've been doing some gnarly stuff on there. So this episode is presented by Malort. From here on out, we're having every guest take one shot of Malort with us. So before we get started, I hope you want to partake real quick.
Bringing me back to my days of blacking out every weekend.
Oh, that's going to sit rough, boys.
Never gets old.
Tastes like heaven.
They say it's a like an acquired taste. I'm still waiting for that acquisition.
That's the word for
that acquisition to come through. Dude, I wore my
That
retro.
jacket is fire.
I wore this for you because nobody likes American soccer more than you.
God.
We are very pro American soccer.
Very much so.
Podcast in
We'll
here.
get along well.
We're all about the yams. I think I told you about the yams.
Yes.
And so we love when the U.S. national team does well, which they did fucking awesome the other night against Mexico.
Heavenly.
2-0. 2-0.
Damn near religious experience. I was there. I was in Cincinnati.
Oh, you were at the game?
I was there.
Oh, incredible.
I had a couple buddies at the game, and they said it was electric, man. McGee was there. My buddy AJ Cochran. They said it was something to see.
Amazing. It was incredible. So I've actually been to a couple U.S.-Mexico games now, lucky enough. It's always been about 97% Mexican fans.
Yep.
This one was about 97% U.S. fans, which was like a complete, it blew my mind. It was a completely new experience, right? And it had an impact. You could tell. Like the players down on the field, they looked like they were sort of playing at home.
It felt like something changed.
The
other night.
Beautiful.
It felt like we turned the corner a little bit for U.S. soccer. My dad, for my 13th birthday, took me to Columbus to see USA, Mexico, and Columbus. I think Bradley had 2 that game. And that was my first national team game. And there's something different about USA games and supporting your country. Now we got all these young ballers. I mean, dude, never in my life did I think we would have somebody like Pulisic, McKinney, Dest plays for Barcelona. It's getting out of control, dude. I mean, we just have a bunch of ballers, but there's some MLS guys sprinkled in there. You got who's in our back line right now?
You got Zimmerman,
who's been great for
Miles
national.
Robinson has been playing awesome.
He looked real good last game.
He got a really weak red card. Well, 2 yellows and a red, which actually cost us big. Unfortunately, he didn't play in the Jamaica game. You got other MLS guys. Matt Turner, who's played a lot. He wasn't playing this week.
Sean Johnson was on that roster.
Sean Johnson was on the roster.
Yep.
Ricardo Pepi was playing.
By the way, that kid's a baller.
Yeah. I mean, he'll
what is he, like 19?
something like that. He's gonna be in Europe real quick.
Yeah.
Probably after this season, he'll be gone.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited, and I love that the USA Mexico rivalry is my favorite one.
Oh, it's amazing.
And Mexico over the years has just had a stronger team, at least more skilled. We've been able to compete in the past. Now I feel like we actually have better players.
Beat him 3 times in 1 year.
I know.
Just insane.
It's super cool to see. Your memes on Instagram. After we beat Mexico, you've been doing this like nutsack drop.
I know it's
this.
I don't know if my mom would be very proud.
My mom watches this. I don't think she would be proud. But when we cut this up, we'll show them like in the bed next to you. But
right here,
are you drawing that ball sack and dropping it on?
Oh, that was my biggest question: is who's behind the art?
Everything I do and all that stuff on Instagram is all Microsoft Paint.
And you're painting.
It's me using my little stupid finger on my mouse trackball or whatever. It's
because it's so shitty. It's funny. It's like
that's the point.
It's
that's
like when you draw like a dick on your friend's paper in math class in 8th grade. It's like the same type of drawing. Yeah. And I think, Kaz, what did you see? You saw you dunked on Mexico.
That was a great one.
There was one
you
from
did it on El
Canada.
Salvador, right?
Oh, yeah.
You dropped them all the way down to El Salvador.
We got different ways to do it here. We can come out of Florida. We can come out of Texas. When we play who was it? Trinidad and Tobago or somebody over in like the sort of far east. We can bring a ship over there. I bring them by a battleship and drop them on. There's different ways you can
Where
handle
do I
it.
submit some ball sack photos? Can I send those your
Just-
way? Is that okay?
DM me, email me, whatever.
Perfect.
Text me. Yeah, let me know.
I mean,
Wait.
and you have a whole like cult following now, which is great. I mean, people are loving.
Slowly, the army is glazed. I'm gonna call it more of a battalion at this point. It's not an army. It's
Can
a
we
little-
be? Can I be like the little drummer boy?
And I'll play the trumpet.
We've been looking for that.
We'll
Yes,
follow you in the
trumpet,
battle.
Yes. We need these. This
let's
is what
go.
we need. This
Let's
will take us to the next level. I love this thinking.
No, this
Love
is good. We should team up more often.
I didn't even know that Microsoft Paint was still around.
I think they're
thought they
trying to
dropped
get
that,
rid of
like-
it. I think they're trying. I think I'm the only one that uses it still. Honestly, I really do think I am.
By the way,
only one.
congrats on the rebrand. You just did a new logo
Thank you.
for Sam's
Thank
Army.
you. Yeah, Sam's
beautiful.
Army here.
It's
so
beautiful.
long time in the making. Yeah, I just hated the old one. It's just somebody made it in 5 minutes. I assume on
Well, everyone's
Microsoft Paint.
rebranding now. It's a cool.
All the cool kids are. Everybody in MLS, everybody, NWSL, everybody's doing a rebrand. So I figured I want to be cool too.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Speaking of rebrands, you got the old Chicago Fire logo on your hat. Do you like the new one?
The new.
Yeah,
Yes.
the most recent.
The most
rebrand.
recent. There have been so many of them so recently. Yes, I do love it. It's hard to go wrong when you go the Chicago colors.
Yeah.
And get some stars in there and the C. I mean, you can't screw that up.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. You're big on U.S. soccer. I wanted to talk a little bit about the amount of foreign players and foreign coaches that are coming to the MLS. It's obviously great for the league, right? It's going to attract more fans as it always has, but it doesn't always win games.
Speaking of Chicago Fire.
Right, right. And there's examples all across the league of teams bringing in tons of foreign talent, foreign coaches, and just not getting the job done. One of the questions that our fans submitted to you was, with the high number of players that represent our U.S. national team right now, having played over in Europe, what do you think this does to college soccer, right? Because you're not getting a lot of college soccer players on our national team.
Yeah.
But then you look at like a team like New England Revolution. Bruce Arena coached college soccer. Yeah. You got Matt Polster, who played at SIU Edwardsville. You got
Matt Turner played it.
Yeah, you got where did Kellen Rowe played in college as well? Or no,
Yep.
he's not.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
at Seattle now.
He's in Seattle. He was in New Orleans until last year.
But so like there's this weird thing where it's like it seems like American players and American coaches get the job done in MLS.
There is, especially the coaching. It seems like the coaches from overseas have a real tough time coming to MLS. Some players come here and obviously succeed and do well and everything. It's the coaching that there's something about MLS. The strange travel, something.
Well, you come in and there's a super draft and you're like, what?
The draft.
You're like,
They
what's
clearly
Akron?
don't understand.
What's Akron? Yeah.
Right. I mean, they have no concept of that. Yeah, it's the coaching. I think players come and obviously some of them sort of flame out and just don't work. But that works. That happens everywhere. It's the coaching and the amount of coaches that have come over here and just not worked out. Like Vicky from Chicago Fire. Like he seemed like he had a pedigree of what was it? I think Basel, where
He developed a lot. They developed a lot of youth.
Taking a smaller team. I think they were in the Champions League, and it just didn't work here for whatever reason. I don't have a really good explanation for it, but it definitely is it's a thing. It's a phenomenon.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see where Chicago Fire goes next.
Yeah, well, I heard they were thinking about. I forgot who they just mentioned they were going to hire a new coach. I saw it somewhere on Twitter. I forgot what his name was. It was the former assistant of Columbus Crew. Had a lot of success in the MLS and things like that. But you need more than just a good coach and good players to win in the league. Quick hot take. How do you like the U.S. Now we gotta qualify for the World Cup, go to the World Cup, all that. How do we like our chances going to this next tournament? Because it's a super young team.
Love it. I mean, for public consumption, I think we're going to win the World Cup.
Love that.
Let's go.
Love that.
If back-to-back World Cup winners is sort of like the thing that I've been running with. 2022 obviously is going to be a little tough. But
talk to me about 26.
But 26, I mean, we got these guys you mentioned: McKennie, Pulisic, Adams, Musa, by the way.
And the World Cup
Way
and the
up.
World Cup's going to be in
It's
the
gonna
US.
be here. They're
in
going to be at the
2026.
peak of their powers, and it's just, I mean, that is going to be one of those sort of punctuated equilibrium moments in soccer here in the U.S. where hopefully, just like '94, we just take that sort of huge step forward.
94 jacket.
Exactly.
This year I was born.
God, I love that jacket.
We should throw some parties for that World Cup in 2026.
Oh my God.
If we're both still in
It's
Chicago.
just going to be like, I'll be here, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll be here too. I don't think I'm
You seem
leaving.
like a Chicago guy.
I don't think I'm leaving.
Where are you gonna go?
No, this is it for me. this right here. I'm not leaving this. You've been pretty big on keeping us up to date on some of the scandals that happen in global
yeah.
soccer
God.
via your Instagram. One of them, I think the first one I wanted to talk about, was the female player on PSG that hired a hitman. Allegedly hired a hitman to injure the girl that was playing in front of her.
So this has gotten even more crazy in the last couple days. So the whole story.
Who is it? What's her name?
Aminata Diallo is the one that was originally accused of hiring, I think, 5 hitmen, 5 thugs, not to kill somebody, but to take out her teammate.
5 seems like
Like
overkill.
Seems like a lot,
like
but-
the ice skater. What was her name?
Yeah, Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding. It's a
sounded
similar situation.
Immediately, like off the bat, everybody was like, she just pulled a Tanya Harding. So everybody's thinking that's what happened here. Her teammate, the one who got attacked, her name is Kira Hamraoui. So she got attacked while they're both in the same car, mind you. Like how this, the twists of this story are just insane. But so this happened. Hamraoui, I think, is the one that accused Diallo of sort of masterminding this whole thing. Then, a few days later, Diallo was released. So she got arrested. She was released, and now the scuttlebutt. Again, all this is like through Google Translate, and like let's keep in mind
you're
everything.
translating this through French journal.
Listen, I'm all over. I am all over this story.
Yeah.
But basically, it sounds like what is going on now is the main suspect is. Now we're going to go way off the beaten path here. Eric Abidal's wife. So now
Get out of here.
you guys know Eric Abidal, right?
Yeah.
Barcelona. So he was the sporting director at Barcelona between 2018 and 2020. During that time, Hamraoui was at Barcelona as well, playing for the women's team. So this is all alleged. This is all, we don't really know what's going on here. But sounds like what is thought to have happened is Hamraoui and Eric Abidal were having an affair because he's married with kids and all that. His wife is the one that allegedly got these thugs to go after Hamraoui. Oh. And so now the evidence to support this is, obviously the crossing paths at Barcelona.
Right.
The fact that Hamraoui's phone, the SIM card, is registered to Eric Abidal.
Dude,
Like,
come on.
like what's going on? What is going on here? So basically, what it sounds like, the new theory in the streets, anyway, on the Twitter streets, is that Hamraoui blamed Diallo, who was completely innocent, blamed her because she didn't want the sort of story to go towards Eric Abidal and get her whole situation wrapped up, and unveiled. So it sounds like Diallo might actually be completely innocent and not involved at all. And Hamraoui and Eric Abidal and Eric Abidal's wife, they're the ones that have the problems going on.
That's a messy fucking
There's more
situation.
shoes to drop in this situation, but it's
Get a mop and a bucket. It's messy, dude.
oh, it's messy.
What do you think? Do you think that we should just make that legal? Like, just let people fucking...
There would be an element to the game if I had to walk to my car after training and dodge a hitman. I'll tell you that.
Well, there'd be
something to it.
That's called the Odeum Indoor Soccer Complex.
That's also playing at the Odeum.
That's
out in the
U12
burbs.
Sunday mornings at the Odeum is what you're talking about.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Wow. 5 hitmen.
5.
Did they get the job
We don't even
done?
have
I
one.
don't even
No,
No,
know,
they
right?
got somebody hired 5 hitmen or thugs or whatever, and they didn't really get the job done. They got they caused some scrapes and something. She missed one game, and now she's back ready to play again.
Oh, dude, if you're gonna do it,
Worst
you gotta,
5 hitmen in the history of hitmen.
Those hitman careers are over.
Oh yeah,
You think they're getting hired again? No way. Oh, you're those guys? Mm-mm.
You'd be better off hiring Kaz to just 2-foot
Oh,
somebody.
come in for a 2-foot. I'm gonna be better than
That's
those
the
5
thing.
guys.
Have
Like
you
if
seen it?
Diallo was going to do this, just go 2-footer. Don't get 5 hit.
Have
That's
you
another
seen
thing.
his 2-foot highlight reel from
No.
this season?
Oh, yes, I did, actually.
It's out of
Yeah,
it's
I did.
actually out of bounds.
Troublesome.
Hey, you came to one of our Chicago house games.
I did.
Thank you for that.
Oh, it was awesome.
Thanks.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it. It was old school.
No, it's cool, man. We're really trying to grow the brand next season, and this was kind of a tough year getting started and getting off the ground.
Always.
But the cool thing is, a lot of the people who've come out to the game said they've had an awesome time, and that was super dope that you came out to games, dude. I don't know why every pro team wouldn't have you out to games. Is it the Barstool thing? Is it like they don't want to?
There is an element to that.
They're scared of Barstool.
There
like
is an
professional
element to that.
teams.
So the Venn diagram of people who hate Barstool and love soccer is there's a lot of overlap there.
Yeah.
Like there is a fair amount of overlap, and especially the very vocal sort of clique on Twitter and social media. And so people are afraid of Barstool in like the clubs, MLS clubs, even NWSL clubs, even some USL clubs.
Yeah.
They're just U.S. men's national team. Like they're a little afraid to work with.
Because they're afraid of the cancelers.
They're afraid of the people who hate Barstool and will come after anybody.
And you're a good dude. You just love soccer. You just
my mom
want to go. You just want to go hang out at a soccer game and
listen,
tweet about
I've
it.
I've gotten in the mud a couple times over the years,
Yeah.
just because it's always because somebody comes at me. Grant Wall and I had some online fisticuffs one time, and like some other.
Oh
people
well, that
have come
guy's
at-
just the best.
absolute
Grant
clown.
Wall, yeah, would love to
Absolute
listen to
clown.
Grant Wall.
But like it's just it's ridiculous, and I'm not. I have never done anything to offend anybody other than maybe some goalkeepers here and there, which
Well, and the nutsack
Dropping some
drawings.
nuts.
maybe
Yeah.
some maybe some Mexican fans, maybe some Jamaican fans, here and there. It's all in good fun though. It's all in good fun.
Oh, dude, it has to be. And
Arsenal
I'm like,
fans, maybe.
Back
Yeah.
to the ball sack stuff. I'm glad you're like giving it back to Mexico because they've been throwing bags of pee at us for years.
Right.
Yeah, we've taken our licks. You
Yeah.
know?
I watched.
I feel like a comic testicle is not, or maybe 3 testicles is not as bad as like a
Is
bag
it
of
3?
piss.
A small collection.
It was 3 just this time because we did the.
That's what he said. He goes, I think there's a third ball in there.
We added another one. It's a special year, guys. It's a special year.
That's good. Dude, because I like those because they are vulgar and they are extremely offensive, but it's all in good fun. Just like the bags of pee Mexico was throwing at Landon Donovan for years at Azteca.
It's all in good fun.
I had to watch my hero get pelted by bags of urine for years. And now I get to watch you drop sack on Mexico.
It's sort of like we're even,
Yeah,
we're
the table.
totally even, dude. Hey, what goes around comes around.
right.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Don't you think back to the whole cancel culture list? I mean, I don't understand. Like, aren't the MLS teams and the USL teams like looking at something like Bussin' with the Boys and realizing like maybe we don't need to be afraid of this? I mean,
Yeah.
Mike Vrabel was on the podcast. They have 2 active NFL players running it, and nothing has happened. And they talk about vulgar shit all the time and say whatever the hell they want.
There is, but so that's football, right?
Yeah.
And there is a difference there. Like the soccer
In the fans, for sure.
yeah.
That culture. Yeah.
It's a different fan culture for soccer and football. I think eventually people will realize that Barstool is not what they sort of envision, not what they've been told by a few people online. And they'll sort of come around, but they're not there yet. Like people are still sort of scared to work with Barstool, which is unfortunate because Barstool have this massive platform, and it's
Right.
all these people that are like either casual fans or not even fans, but they could be fans. And so there's just this element of like potential growth there that is just absolutely ginormous. And so once people get past whatever it is they need to get past, it'll be
cool to tap into, for sure.
it'll be huge, absolutely huge.
Well, I feel like you're bridging that gap in a cool way.
Been hitting my head against that wall for about 7
dude,
years now.
You've been banging your head against it. It's gonna burst through the other side if it hasn't already. No, but that's fantastic, and we're obviously huge fans of you. I think everyone's been scared to speak their mind or speak about anything that goes against the grain, especially the last couple years. I think that was part of kind of what inspired us to start this entire thing was free speech in the soccer community. Right. And I've done so many interviews and so many things with the media where I felt like I couldn't say what I actually wanted to. You know what I mean?
Especially as an actual, you're an athlete right now.
Look,
right?
the post-game interview, the boys did great. Oh, the goal, it was a team goal. You know, I credit my teammates. We go again.
Yeah.
That's
The
been
boilerplate
like
answers.
the fucking.
You circle, you hit the thing, it lands on the thing. You say, "That's my
It's
answer."
all about
for
the
this
team.
one.
We go again. It's all about the team. We go again. It's
Yeah.
the circle of life.
Yep.
But you know, the reason we started this is because we wanted to get more authentic conversations and reactions from pro players and people in and around the game. So credit to you for doing similar work.
Hey, listen, you guys are doing all the work, and thank you guys, because honestly, we need just so much more of this.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what people sort of, like you guys said, like, oh, we started this kind of because we saw you doing it and everything. That's like the best thing I could ever hear, because like we need so much more of that. We need so much more people making content, talking about soccer, thinking about soccer, just sort of, you know, drinking soccer, whatever it is you want to do with soccer. We just need more of that, a lot more of that. So it's good you guys doing this.
Agreed. You want to take a quick break?
We're rolling.
Oh, it didn't get easier. Oh, weird.
That acquired taste. You've acquired it.
I've acquired it over the last 20 minutes. Yep, it's acquired.
Sorry for the quick break. What were we about to jump back into? Oh, you had mentioned that American soccer fans, especially with smaller clubs, aren't the most welcoming to like new fans and new growth. Yeah. I experienced a little bit of this at Indy 11. I love the small club vibe where they have a shit ton of fans. Like Indy's been getting a lot of fans. Like Detroit was in Nisa this year. They just moved up to USL. They get like 5,000 to 7,000 fans a game, and it's awesome. But it's kind of culty.
Very.
It's a little bit closed in the sense where like I don't actually know if these clubs want to get bigger or do bigger things because they like it exactly where it is and how it is.
There's a lot of talk of wanting soccer to become like big and soccer to like sort of be the next, you know, big American sport. But then when it really comes down to it, there's a lot of people who also want it to be their thing and our little thing.
Because it's hip.
It is.
Because it's like hipster culture. It's like, oh, I found that song first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the music and soccer sort of parallels there are absolutely spot on for sure.
Yeah.
This is my band. Like I found this band first.
And then
you
it's
just how many times have you seen them? Like just like that sort of thing.
It totally is a little bit of that.
Oh, it's absolutely.
What do you think it's going to take for the Fire? God love them. I want them to be great again. And I'm sure you do as well. Being a Chicago guy, cause you know, like we all fucking we want soccer in Chicago to blow up. I want the Fire to win and blow up. I want the House to win and blow up. I want Chicago soccer to thrive.
Red Stars are in the
final. Red Stars are in the final. Cheers to Red Stars. Shout out Danny Calaprico. She's coming on the show next. Let's go. I hope she scores in the final, balls out, and then comes on the pod. That'd be amazing. Perfect. What do you think, you know, Chicago has to do, the organization and the fans of the city, because they made that move back to Soldier Field.
Which is big.
It's huge. It's huge. They've been trying to get out of Bridgeview for a long time. They finally got out, and now they're downtown.
What's the attendance been looking like? It's like pretty high.
It got better towards the end of the season
when they really pulled like all the strings and sort of made, you know, special little things to get people out. But so I was there for a lot of the games, and it wasn't very good, especially like, you know, a Tuesday, Wednesday night or whatever. Wednesday night, it wasn't very good, and it just because the team wasn't doing well. You know, if they start winning, this club will be huge. Like,
well, because dude, when we were winning in 2017, which was the last time we made the playoffs,
like
since,
that flash
since 09,
plan season,
it was good, man. Like we had a lot of people in the stadium, and it was fun. And Chicago, like they show up when the teams win. When the team's doing bad, it's not good. Yeah. It's not a good look.
Winning's the recipe for sure. When you guys had that year,
years.
I remember coming back from overseas, and I came to the game with my dad, and my dad was shell-shocked at the attendance that game. He's like, oh, my God. He's like, the boys are back right now.
Yeah.
That's it. Winning's the recipe, dude. It gets people out.
Yeah. So they fixed the logo. They're back at Soldier Field. I guess now they just got to win.
Got to win. Maybe bring a name or two in that people sort of can glom onto. You know, they had Schweinsteiger.
Yep.
After that, like they sort of went a different direction and tried to, you know, get the sort of the a lot of South American talent that was perhaps sort of under the radar that they then can sell on. It hasn't worked so far.
Kind of like that Atlanta United formula a little
exactly,
bit.
Exactly.
What do you, they got to go out and just get a big time Mexican player, right?
They need a big name. Like
get a big Mexican player, dude.
Yeah. Bags
of piss at Soldier Field. Let's go.
Memo Ochoa. Go get fucking Ochoa. Bring him in here. My guy, my best
Is that
friend.
your boy? That's your boy, Ochoa?
I mean, he blocked me on Instagram.
No, he did not. Did he really?
I guess we're not going to be best friends anymore. But
no.
I do love just sort of bantering.
Teo had a question for you earlier. He's in the back there. You can't see him. He wanted to know if you had to choose to watch a game, who would you rather have commentate it? Who would you rather have do it? Taylor Twellman, or Lexi Lawless? By the way, we have an Alexi Lawless poster over there. I just want you to know that. Yeah. Seems like they're both great dudes, by the way.
That is an interesting question. They get so much hate, both of them online. It's crazy.
And they seem to be the only two guys that have like kind of busted through into ESPN and all the big,
Yeah, I feel like there's other guys that are close. Like Hercules Gomez, especially because he's sort of got the dual.
He's legit.
I mean, that for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But just American guys. Winalda hasn't quite got there. So, yeah, it's probably Lawless and Twellman. Maybe I'm forgetting somebody. Who would I rather? In studio, I'll say Lawless. Yeah. And for the game, I'll say Twellman. So, I know that they both get a lot of hate, both these guys. And Lawless basically brings it on himself because he just basically pokes the bear, like on Twitter.
Yeah. Loves the hurt.
He knows how to troll. I respect the hell out of that. Twellman gets a lot of hate. I'm not exactly sure why Twellman gets so much hate. I know a guy on our podcast, Mikey, shout out Mikey, just has it out for Twellman. I don't know.
A lot of people do.
I don't know. And a lot of people do. I get it. So I had sort of some very stupid little beef with Twellman years ago. And but it was over nothing. It was just basically me being a troll and him being a little maybe sensitive about it. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's a little too sensitive. I don't know. I don't mind Twellman. I've sort of come to respect what he does because talking about soccer, especially on TV, is hard. It's really hard. Like soccer fans, we were talking about before with the casual fans, or the hardo fans, not really sort of welcoming the hardo or the casual fans. It's sort of the same thing with the telecommennators and whatever else. Fans soccer fans specifically are so persnickety in the U.S. This is me too. Everybody, we just are we always can find something wrong with everything somebody does. Yeah. And so I've realized that how hard it is to do sort of what Twellman does, what all those guys do, Maurice do, Gomez, all those guys. It's hard to do that. And so I've sort of been you know what, I'm going to take a step back from
this. Is not the answer I expected at all. This is a very politically correct answer from you, Sam. I'm surprised.
Listen, I'm not a very politically correct guy, but I'm actually
you're out here dropping ball sacks on Mexico.
No, but I'm usually honest. I'm just trying to be honest. I've sort of come to respect how hard I think Twellman works at his craft. Yeah. And so I've come to respect sort of the work that he does, and sort of while I started out as just sort of a trolling him, honestly, I've sort of come to respect what he does, and sort of I'm not a hater anymore.
I'd love to see a little bit more of that action. I forgot who we played, but we had Dempsey, we had Charlie Davies. We had a couple of those guys. I like seeing some guys from that generation of players get on the mic and talk at halftime. I mean, everyone loves Dempsey. Yeah. Super underrated. Had an awesome career. Kind of like when he was done retired, just see ya. Yep. I'm out.
I'm gonna go fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna go chill. And I loved seeing him on the mic. And I think we need maybe some new faces and some younger faces.
It's great because our sort of where we are in the soccer's evolution. We haven't had that. We haven't had guys that were sort of in the spotlight the way that Dempsey, Twellman, Lawless. We just didn't have that before. So we couldn't have had those guys be on camera and sort of bring people in because they weren't there. We didn't have them. If you go back to the John Harks and those guys, they were all incredible players and stuff. And I think Harks was in the media game, but the soccer wasn't there yet. So they didn't have the name brand recognition. They didn't have that sort of level of awareness about them. Whereas now the Dempseys, the Twellmans, the Lawlesses, they got that. And so that honestly, that'll end up bringing people to the game if we're just talking about sort of the growth of the game. It's good.
I think it might be as simple as that Taylor Twellman's just too pretty.
That might be it too. Maybe his head's
Too
too big.
damn
Maybe his
pretty.
head's too big. I don't know.
He's too clean cut and just like super in shape, and his eyebrows are perfect. And I think it just annoys people.
What do you think, Teo?
St. Louis dude, love it.
Get him on the mic.
Yeah, come over here.
Come on over.
Yeah, say
dude.
what you just
Come
said.
on,
You
dude.
think-
Have
you
yourself
think
a
what?
day over here.
St. Louis University
Yeah,
sweatshirt on and everything.
I went to SLU, the great. Okay, I went to SLU, the greatest city on the planet Earth, besides Chicago. It's always up there with me, new place in my heart. But I think Taylor Twellman just says the most basic shit all the time. And when you're watching as a fan, even if you were like a basic fan, you're just like getting like, oh, the ball is now left. And then you're hearing about like his daughter or something, talking about how his daughter passes with the left foot now. I just like, I don't understand what he's trying to do. And it is almost mind-boggling to me because then I go into the halftime. Then you hear Alexi Lawless talking about how somehow like all these guys are not good. They're all trash, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't do shit. So it's like we're out here watching Pulisic win the Champions League and he's chirping him about how he's playing against Trinidad and Tobago. And it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like the dude's 18 years old. Let's just try to get on the train together. It's going to be a long road. And when it's all said and done, we may win a World Cup eventually.
Yeah.
So let's just get on it together.
Love
but
that,
I just, yeah. Taylor Twellman for me just isn't the favorite.
He's not it. He's
Thanks.
not it.
Thanks, Teo.
Thanks
Let
for
it
the
all
hot
out.
take.
That was great.
Let it out.
Hot takes by Teo. That's
Wow,
our new
Our
segment.
new segment.
I like that. We'll bring him in.
I have a question that I'd like to know more about, and I know that you have the answers. I feel
I can pull some out of my ass whether I do or
Can
not.
can you please inform me more on fill the gaps for the Icardi scandal for me?
Boy. Oh,
You're
boy.
like the TMZ of
Yeah, this is-
I
I like-
actually
I
started
like
a little thing on
Did you?
a little I don't know, TM Zam's Army, a little thing I put on every time I like a Icardi
take coming in.
on
Let's
Instagram
go.
with like when Icardi or the Hamraoui stuff. Like I
let's go.
started a little logo. That
I
put
like
on
this
the
a
head.
lot. This is good stuff.
So I've been saying keeping up with the Kardashians is
Yeah.
basically what it is because it's just so melodramatic and just ridiculous.
Do you know about this, Mahoney?
No, not a clue.
Throw some on Google real quick and
I
follow
have
along.
no idea how to spell
Yeah,
this name.
it goes way back.
Icardi.
Yep, Icardi.
It's like
Yeah, walk
it's
us-
like
walk us-
iCarly and Cardi B combined.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. But yeah, walk us through this. What's
Yeah,
been
so-
going on? Because this has been unfolding for a while now.
It's been technically it's been unfolding for a decade now. So
my
'cause
God.
that's when
Oh my
he
God.
stole his teammate's wife.
Right.
So he stole his teammate's wife. So Mauro Icardi is the player, plays for PSG right now. Stole Maxi Lopez, who was his Argentinian national team teammate, stole his wife. Her name is Wenda Nara. And they've now been married for 7-8 years, something like that. They got I think 3 kids. So they got a life together. Just so happens in the last, I'd say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, she put him on blast on Instagram for allegedly cheating with somebody. I don't know if it was a prostitute or what, but so he got put on blast on Instagram, and they've been just going back and forth on Instagram
Publicly.
That's what is so mind-boggling to me. As somebody who's kind of private, like people don't even sort of know what I look like for the most part. But
This is your big coming out here. This
Hello,
is it.
everyone.
Yeah, here he is.
I'm Sam.
This is the guy.
It's mind-boggling to me that they would want to put their dirty laundry out on Instagram so publicly and just everything about it. So she has been posting about okay, he's been doing this. He's I found some new information, so I now hate him again. 2 days later, well, you know what? I think we're going to work this out. I think we're going to reconnect, and we're going to be stronger at the end. 3 days later, I'm filing for divorce, and this is just now just every few days, a new sort of.
And with these updates, you have a scale I've been seeing.
Oh yes, from anywhere from
Have you seen this shit?
anywhere from it's over to we're fucking right now. It's somewhere on that
It's
scale.
1 through 5.
Yeah, with little emoji smiley faces or whatever, or frowny faces.
If I'm not totally wrong, does this have a bit of parallels? Wasn't it Jermaine Jones or somebody also having pretty public Twitter beef with his wife at some point or fiance or something? Didn't that also happen?
Dude,
Something happened. I don't know.
Speaking of
I don't
Jermaine
know
Jones.
it that well, but yeah.
Speaking of Jermaine Jones, I don't even know if I should say this shit. I should. All right. So
boy.
Jermaine Jones became. So we play in Nisa, right, with Chicago House. Jermaine Jones became the coach of New Amsterdam, right?
Yeah.
That team out there. I guess the owner of New Amsterdam signed himself as a third string goalkeeper. And I guess he was like overweight and like, not really like.
Who isn't these days?
Yeah. He wasn't really game fit. And Jermaine Jones told the owner / third string keeper that Teo's looking at me like, I can't believe you're saying this. He told the owner / third string goalkeeper that he needed to lose like 60 pounds or else he wasn't going to play.
Not like 10 or 15, 60 pounds.
And then
Should have said it's for your health. Like,
Dude,
I just don't want,
and then the coach
problems.
So Jermaine Jones told the owner that, who was also the third string keeper, and the owner then fired Jermaine.
He's no longer the coach of New Amsterdam.
And then he just fired Jermaine. Like,
I guess you got to respect him for that, for Jermaine Jones, for being like, look, if you want to play on this team, just go ahead and hit that treadmill for the next month or two.
that's what he said to the owner. I guess he forgot who was paying the bills,
Or he's got some rules, and a man's got to live by code.
You got to
my
respect
third
the
string
by
goalkeeper
code.
has to be in shape. I guess.
Dude.
When has a goalkeeper ever been in shape? Period. Ever. Is there a goalkeeper?
I don't know. Manuel Neuer's a goddamn robot. So
True.
oh man. But yeah, so that I don't know where Jermaine Jones is now or what's going on, but
He's now he's working his way into like the CBS broadcast. So
He's
like
doing some commentary,
is?
right? I just saw him not
Yeah.
long ago.
Yeah.
He's cleaned up too. I almost didn't recognize him when he was on his last, when he was commentating last. But
yeah.
he's around.
I swear I saw him at Lollapalooza a couple years ago. And
Probably there too.
Floor.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you're Jermaine Jones. And he's like, no, I'm not. And I was like, yes, you are. Yes, you are, dude.
That's a great Jermaine Jones story.
He's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm like, dude, you are. Like, I see you.
You just posted on Instagram. You're
I swear to God, it's you. Oh man, that's good. What should we wrap it up with? Kaz, do you have any questions or anything else?
no, dude. Quick shout out to the Bulls. Chicago Bulls are on absolute fire right now.
Fuck yeah. I've been to a couple games this
went
season.
To a few
It's been
games.
great.
Yeah, it's just been electric. That's the first Bulls game I've been to in years, but I had a damn good time. That was unbelievable. Just banging in there.
Yeah, man. United Center's
They're
rocking
fun.
right
Yeah,
now.
they're
We're
fun
making
again.
a run this year. For
Did you bet? Did you
sure.
bet on the Bulls yet, Mahoney, to win it all or what?
No,
Stop.
You know I only do DraftKings. I don't place.
You're telling me that you got me and you buying a bunch of shit coins, but you're not going to bet on the Bulls to win the fucking NBA title?
I gamble on cryptocurrencies and DraftKings, and that's it.
Come on,
There you
dude. Let's
go.
throw $100 down for the Bulls to
Man's
win it
gotta
all.
live by
Just
his
ride it.
Well, the thing is, we should have done it before the season started. The odds are probably not.
Oh yeah,
very
it's
good
not
right
so
now.
great anymore.
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
because people are, know they're legit. I think Shaq and Charles Barkley both predicted them to make it to the finals
shit.
or contend in the Eastern Conference for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they're high flying fun, man. And we got Caruso. We got Caruso now.
Yeah, it's kind of a blue collar
stud.
team. Zach LaVine's like just balling out right now. It's like he doesn't even realize how good he is.
Hot take: Zach LaVine is the most athletic dude I've ever seen play any sport.
Point.
Hot Mahoney take coming in. Hot Mahoney takes.
Zach LaVine moves smoother than any other athlete I've ever seen. The bounce and athleticism.
More athletic
in
than
that
D
dude-
Rose in his prime.
Potentially, dude.
I'm
not
not
even
think about
said
it.
it. He said it.
I'm like the bounce and the moves and the speed and the fadeaways. I mean, have you watched that guy like shoot a jump shot? It's the most beautiful.
No,
thing
but
I've
I've
ever seen.
watched you kick a soccer ball and it's fucking beautiful.
Thanks.
Equally as beautiful.
I
Anyway,
tried.
Sam, thanks for coming on, dude.
Ah, it's a pleasure.
We
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you.
me,
Thank
guys.
you for driving American soccer culture forward. Hopefully we can
One
do this.
small.
We're gonna do this again.
We're
Baby
gonna do this
step at a
together.
time.
That's it.
We're gonna do this together.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This has been Free Kickin. See you next time.
Peace.